Glatzhofer up there, B5. And the reason why I started actually so... I was going to say she's open.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo Indonesia, halo teman-teman semuanya. Welcome back. Semoga teman-teman semua dalam keadaan sehat dan baik. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Jadi pada kesempatan kali ini kita akan melihat lagi guru vokal ya. Wah, guru vokal sampai turun tangan ya. Banyak sekali guru vokal yang mereaksikan dan menganalisis suara emas dari adik kita tercinta Putri Ariani ya di penampilan kemarin di AGT. Mungkin sudah puluhan ya guru vokal yang mereaksi dan menganalisis suara emas dari adik kita tercinta Putri Ariani ya. Sekarang kita akan melihat reaksi dan analisis guru vokal lagi ya. Beliau seorang pemain teatrikal musik ya, musik teater, dan juga seorang guru vokal. Ini ada dari Tante Jennifer teman-teman. Seperti biasa buat teman-teman semuanya yang ingin nonton bisa cek sendiri, bisa datang sendiri, atau mungkin juga teman-teman bisa nobar, bisa nonton bareng di sini ya, silahkan. Ini videonya panjang sekali teman-temannya, 28 menit, hampir setengah jam. Kita bakal memfokuskan di lagu pertama saja ya, di lagunya Lonely. Kita gaskeun.
Everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you can call me Jen. I'm a musical theatre performer and a voice teacher. And today I will be doing something that I have seen. People have DM'd me, emailed me, messaged me, left comments in the comment section. Today I will be reacting to and analysing Putri Ariani receiving the Golden Buzzer at America's Got Talent 2023. I have listened to and watched the beginning first 2 minutes. It's really, really lovely. It talks about how you know, when Putri's singing, she feels like a superstar and she doesn't want people just to see her for her disability, which is that, you know, she's blind. She wants to see people, she wants people to hear and see her for her music. It's so sweet. She's such a positive light. So do go and watch the full thing. Don't just watch the singing, like watch her, but I'm not going to pop it in here just purely because I'm going to focus on the singing, but let's go. Ooh, there are so many wonderful things. Oh my gosh. I mean, wow. What's really beautiful, first thing that I noticed before she even opened her mouth to sing, was there was an exhale of breath. Like you could see everything just kind of... So she's kind of resetting and recharging. She's not holding, like, you know, you're holding a lot of nerves when you go onto a talent show or whenever you're going to go and perform. You're excited, you're holding a lot of emotion, a lot of nerves. What can happen then is we feel really tight, right? And we're like, so if we're going to sing, like, from that same nerves and breath, what might come out is also going to be like a very tense feeling. So what Putri is doing, she's just releasing, and then just taking the appropriate amount of breath, just letting that stomach expand, get that breath back. She's sitting down as well, playing the keys, really, really still, but I just love that. It was really, really subtle, but it was very well done. Then let's just talk about the voice, because wow, it's so, what with her being so still, it's very, it's very captivating and mesmerizing to watch. And listen, there's lovely like yodel flips in her voice, which means that she's going from a clear vocal fold closure, that clear closure, and then it kind of flips and we get this falsetto and breath come through. So the vocal folds aren't closing all the way when they vibrate. Let me go to it because wow. But first, let's just see that exhale moment. Did you see how that? Yeah, so so nice. Yeah, on the A flat 4 there. But she starts this whole phrase really, really breath led. Ha 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 remember. I think it's I remember. So ha, she adds an aspirate onset. Ha remember. And she keeps this throughout. Then on the word voices is where she actually gains a little bit more of of resistance in her vocal folds to get a little bit more clarity. So that then that flip on the word voices is even more noticeable. It's so good. Listen for the difference. You love your voice and your bright eyes. We together in this love. Promise we'll And she's keeping this kind of love forever. She's keeping it quite smiley and small, not dropping that jaw. Love, and creating a darker kind of feel with the vowel. Love. She's keeping it quite tiny. And now you left me alone. She's getting a little bit more of a vocal fold closure here, but there's also that another aspirate onset, right? She's kind of like holding in a cry. And when we cry, what's happening is the that wah sound, the thyroid cartilage is tilting forward, so we're allowing those vocal folds to stretch out as we ascend in pitch as well, but it also means that we are getting resistance in the vocal folds, so she's kind of letting that be the guide through. Went away with her, and one thing slight flip on one thing. You break my heart, break my hope, make me so down in loneliness. You left me when I did. Right, beautifully. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful B4 up there, and it's like that's a tricky area because it's going straight through the first passage, which is the kind of flipping point. If you've ever experienced, if you're going ahead and singing, and that happens, it's because we are either wanting it. Well, we either want it to like reach up with our thick folds, like strain, or that Tarzan effect flip comes through. Putri isn't doing that. We can clearly hear it's effortless, seamlessly through the transitions. She is mixing here. It's lovely. She's not being too heavy with that weight of the thick folds, and she's softening up. And I think that's a lot of that cry as well, because again, when we include a little bit of that cry, we're going to lighten that sound, but the vocal folds are still resisted. And also what's really beautiful here is that she isn't singing through the diphthong, so that my heart section, she flips up and we hear a lot of that falsetto breath quality come through. The way she switches through registers is stunning. Here, she's playing with the mixed balance here. Oh, that was really interesting. She's showing us really lovely styles with vibrato, but here, third, she holds on to this third on the B3. But third, she holds on to it, but she's straight tone. So it just makes that vibrato at the very end of that phrase even more, it stands out even more. Oh my gosh. When she's only sung for like not even a minute, and there's like so many different registers and qualities that we've heard. Being my prince, but I was so wrong. I was going to say she's opening her mouth a lot more, but notice on wrong, which is a C sharp now. So, and again, she's maintaining a lovely mix quality, the mix of our like chest voice, thick fold qualities and head voice, thin fold qualities kind of mix. And there doesn't have to be one mix, but she's lighting up. You can hear it's a lot thinner than if she was to be like reach up with the thick folds. But this is way more sustainable what she's doing, and she's sat down. Oh, it's so good. But she's she's actually keeping it quite small. For her, she has way more control doing that. And Putri's choosing to do that because she feels like she has more control doing that. If you feel like would give a different quality, or you feel like that would, you'd feel a lot more comfortable doing that, go for that. I would always say more narrow. It allows us to have a little bit more control over it rather than as soon as we open too much, then we're spreading and like reaching. That's why she's gone for a into the blue. Up there, B5. And the reason why I started actually so low, I started an F sharp, it's a B5. The reason why I started so low is because she's still holding a lot of that depth. It's not just like up in the gods, like up in our head voice, pure head voice. It's head dominant mix for sure, but it's a mix because we've got that kind of pull and depth to it. It's not, you can hear a lot of that twang in there as well, just to brighten that sound. And like the reason why her mix is so, and she can play around with different balances, is because she's got such a strong developed head voice, which we can hear here as well. Oh my gosh, it's so smooth. I mean, you can already tell how this is. We know she's going to get a golden buzzer, and we can already see why. We're seeing all of the reasons as to why. I love it. More more chest dominant. Starts to change, really thinning out, changes quality as well. Look at that tongue. This is stunning. Again, she's brought a really like breathy approach to this phrase. She's now just playing a little bit more louder on the piano, which is, you know, it's kind of telling me that she's probably going to get a little bit more forte here, a little bit more louder dynamically. So it's good that she's kind of done the opposite here to build us that into this next section. You break my heart, break my home, make me so down in a loneliness. She is like, I love all these riffs and runs. La, la, la. Oh, it's so good. Here she did something different here as well. Break my heart, you break my heart, okay, it's just a B flat semitone, sorry. She's again staying my heart, not my, so she's keeping open on the ma heart. Again, so we're on the more open part of the diphthong to get the best open sound that she can, and she's a bit more in a thicker fold here, right? Way more chest dominant than before that flip. But the second phrase, she still did flip, different to the other one where it went more falsetto. Here she just flipped into a different sort of quality of a mix. Cool. You hear a little bit of a flip. And that little run, na, na. I love that she goes down with her mouth, not na, like reaching for it. It's so like she's not once done this, and she's sitting hitting all these notes. All she's doing is like her face isn't moving anywhere. 17 years. Oh my gosh, her voice is still developing. Her voice is still developing, and she sounds like this. So what's going to happen next year and the year after that? Right, F sharp there. Sorry, I stopped because otherwise I'm going to forget about what I wanted to say. I love, sometimes the tongue can get really involved. If you ever feel like, why is the sound a bit swallowing? Maybe the tongue's just like gone back a little bit, or we're kind of like talking like right, and it just wants to get involved. Here, to help Putri even more, she's kind of, there's a little kick forward, and that's great because she's sending that voice forward, the energy's going forward. She wants that's where it best feels for her. She is in a lovely chest dominant mix here. She is really getting a lovely, she's playing around with the balances. That run up was really beautiful as well. Now, where does she start? C sharp. She actually starts very chest dominant here, as opposed to last time that she was in a C sharp, was a bit more in a balanced mix, if not more, a bit more head dominant. She's got a lot more of a thick fold kind of quality here. Really resisting. As she shoots up to the F sharp, it's a lot more thin, and you can kind of, she's like changing the shape of her mouth ever so slightly just to get that, but it's still, when we hear it, it's still so smooth, but the resonance is just a little bit, oh, it's so good. Okay. And vibrato.
Oh, yes!
Lovely return to breath. So good. So good. Oh, he's going up. What's she going to say? Oh.
This is amazing! Putri have us up in a song? Yeah.
Because I want to hear more, I haven't heard. Oh,
Yeah.
Putri said that she feels like a superstar when she's singing, so of course she's going to say yes to a second song. I do not blame her. Let's go.
Oke teman-teman semuanya, jadi itu dia reaksi dan analisis beliau kepada Putri Ariani. Terima kasih sekali Ibu Jennifer sudah mereaksi dan menganalisis Putri Ariani ya. Beliau tadi sampai ngulik ya di kunci mana saja Putri Ariani bermain. Tadi juga beliau sampai mengulang-ulang videonya ya, mungkin pengen lebih mendalam menganalisanya ya. Wah, mantap sekali teman-teman. Saya sebagai warga Indonesia sangat bangga sekali kepada Putri Ariani. Pencapaian yang diraih oleh Putri Ariani itu bukan cuma milik Putri Ariani, tapi milik seluruh rakyat Indonesia, dan saya pribadi dan juga pasti seluruh rakyat Indonesia mendukung Putri Ariani. Semoga menjadi the next American Got Talent the winner, the champion. Kita doakan saja semoga Putri Ariani bisa memenangkan America's Got Talent. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Wah, gak kebayang pasti reaksinya bakal lebih membeledak lagi. Oke teman-teman semuanya, jadi mungkin segitu saja di video kali ini. Terima kasih yang sudah menonton, terima kasih yang sudah like, yang komen, yang subscribe juga. See you next time, see you next video, bye bye.